Hi, you're watching Groove Talks with Ashita, and today we have a very special guest with us. His name is Borush. He is from the very famous duo group Rusha and Blizza. His song is trending these days on Reels. Even Priyanka Chopra shared it on her Instagram.
दिलबर तो दिल सदके कीता दिलबर दे कम आवे ओ दिलबर तो दिल सदके कीता दिलबर दे कम आवे
I love the song, so let's start with it.
Yes, I'm Rusha. The other guy is Aman. He's Blizza, but he's right now stuck at the studio.
Okay. Must be working on the another single.
Yes.
I've been observing all the influencers and celebrities are using your song and making reels out of it.
Yes.
So how do you feel about it? कैसी है feeling?
Yeah, when it comes to the songs going viral, it's just something which you can't really anticipate. But this was like the one which is going viral for Dilbar. It was more of something which we kind of did think would go viral in a way because
You knew
of
it.
not like we kind of knew that it has the potential of going viral just because of the fact that it is something that has a transition to it and something that kind of works when it comes to Instagram. So when it actually started picking up, we did run few ads on it on Instagram, both Kanzani, Tech Panda, and us, and it kind of just
It's a collaboration.
yeah the collaborators on that, and it kind of just picked up from there. I think it was just good marketing also from our end because we just saw there is something that's been working on Instagram, and apart from that, like even on the other tracks and the more recent releases, there is decent traction when it comes to reels and celebrities and influencers using it. And I think in today's world, it does give you a lot of boost in terms of your listeners, new fans, and it's just about them getting familiarized with your name and music sometimes, and later on, it just embedded in the memory, and then even a few months later, they just come across some ad or like another song. Then it really helps them kind of connect and
ये सुना था कहीं ऐसे याद
yeah.
में आता.
Yeah, so it does really help us in gaining more fans and more traction.
Right. So how did you come up with this idea of collaborating with Tech Panda and Kenzani?
So Tech Panda and Kanzani and we were kind of doing similar things back in 2019 and 20. We were using these older samples and sounds and kind of putting our own twist on it. And we were doing it first like independently. It just was at the same time. And then we connected in 2020. We liked each other's music, and since then we were really thinking about collaborating, and it's been going on forever. And we finally, with Dilbar, we had a track kind of already made, and we just ran the idea with them, and they put it together with something they had made, and it just came about. And it does kind of have both of our styles. The second part is our style, and the first part is more their style.
Right. How did you come up with your stage name, Rusha and Blizza?
Okay, that was very random because we came up back in 2009 or something. And
Okay.
since my name is Paurush, so I was like, okay, let me just use the Rush and put an A to it randomly. And
Okay.
with Blizza, we went with something that just rhymed. And then over the year, we thought it was kind of stupid, but then we were like, okay, we have some kind of visibility
Kind
on
of
the
very
internet.
unique.
Yes, and we have our own real estate on the internet, so we were like, okay, we are gonna change it now. Then we have to go and do the whole SEO will be done again. So we thought that yeah, let's just stick with it, and it has worked for us because it's unique and is nothing similar to it. So it always helped us with our visibility, and it had some kind of a resonance with the listeners.
I was trying to find the hidden meaning behind Rusha and Blizza.
Yeah, no, just teenagers coming up with cool names. Basically, that
Yeah.
was it. Yeah.
Love it. Are you planning to record any music video for Dilbar?
For Dilbar, we might actually end up doing it. Since it's more of a collaboration, it's a joint decision. But
Right.
usually, what we do is we either go for visualizer or video. Like when we are going for a video, we are going for it when we have just made the track. So we like doing our own planning in terms of the visuals, because anything we are putting out in terms of the visualizers, the posters, motions, and videos, we just want our inputs to be there as well. So this would be like the first track. Maybe if there is a video, since it is kind of blowing up, that
We
will
would
be.
love to watch the
Yeah,
video.
yeah. So let's see. But to be honest, nothing lined up from our end yet. But maybe from Kanzani and Tech Panda, they might have already figured something out. So let's see what happens in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, if not making music, where can we find you? If not in the studio?
If not in the studio, for me, you can find me in my office. I'm a lawyer
Wow.
as well. So I do mostly international law and international commercial and business law. And for Blizza, he sometimes helps out with his family business, but right now he's every single day in the studio, and we jam over Zoom or on the weekends at the studio quite often. But no, mostly like it's kind of easy that now because of the pandemic. Before it was that we had to meet more physically. Now
Yeah.
like we can always like without any notice really just get on Zoom calls and screen share and just kind of collaborate on projects on a daily basis. So I think the workflow has been much better.
How are you keeping up with two professions at the same time? Do you find it difficult, or is it easy?
I think it's fairly easy because we have our roles quite defined, and we are very fortunate to have a very good manager, Sarthak Kush. So he takes care of a lot of things that would have required our attention and time. Then he has his own team, which do more of the communication and the back end work. And then my job is more to direct and strategize for the future releases, and Blizzard's is more on the execution part. So we have quite a well-defined structure which has been working, like we have built over a decade of working together, and because of that, really we don't face many challenges.
So, what is the next big thing coming from the boys?
The next big thing.
Next viral song? Anything lined up?
That's hard to predict, but like yes, we have a lot of releases, albums, videos lined up, which are already there. And over the next 2 or 3 months, you will have like an overload of content from us. Like what goes
Waiting for
viral, kind of like doesn't. It's not something which is up to us. Like if it was, like everything would be going viral and blowing up.
it.
At least like we hope like the listeners will like it, because we have never really chased virality, to be honest. We always believed in building a catalog and building a body of work which has some intangible value to it as well, right? So that's the only thing that we had focused on. But just going viral helps people discover what we are actually about. So we rather be known for our body of work built over a decade rather than just for that 1 or 2 songs. So that's more of our outlook on this.
You also collaborated with Rashmeet Singh
Yes.
in your latest single, Sawariya.
Sorry. Yes.
How was that experience collaborating with her?
So yes, Rashmeet is one of the most powerful singers in India right now, I would say. And since what we make is somewhat you can classify as folktronic, it's a combination of folk music with electronic music,
Folktronic.
and she's kind of one of the best folk singers we could have come across. So working with her was quite effortless, to be honest, because our job was to more compose the song and the beat and structure, and it was hers to come up with how to perform on it, how to sing on it, and just the whole post production part and everything else we did once she recorded was fairly easy, just because she has very good, powerful, raw voice and raw
Yeah,
talent.
love her voice. How has your journey been in the music industry? Would you like to share any incident, any funny incident, or any exciting incident?
The journey in the music industry for us has just been quite isolated at the beginning, in the sense that since our influences were quite different when we started back in 2012, 13 and stuff, we were a lot into experimental music. We were into SoundCloud, discovering new eclectic artists and forms, and we really didn't find much of a space in, for example, in Delhi, of similar artists at that time. And we were always focused on our own thing, on making good music. We were never part of any cool groups or like cliques or
Mhm.
anything. Yeah, so we always did our own thing. We barely got any support at the beginning or even later, when it started.
That's how everyone starts, I believe.
Yeah, so
You don't get much motivation.
yeah, so but we always believed, and since it's the two of us, plus we have our management, we had at least people to show us our blind sides, run ideas off, right, and go back and forth. So it just helped that we were part of a group like our own, and we just kept creating music, trying to improve, trying to experiment, and through that, I think we are around somewhere we always wanted to be. But for us, it was always about doing it in the honest way and a merit based way. We were never chasing anything, sort of to say. We just wanted that if we have merit, if our music is good, it will eventually reach the right audience. No matter what, no matter anyone supports us or not, because now it's a very democratized audience since the pandemic, especially. And if you are putting out constantly, consistently the right stuff out there, then there is going to be some kind of a listener base or a viewer base for you.
Definitely. Do you want to share any incident, funny incident that might have happened throughout this journey?
So yes, funny incident. Funny. We are
Funny,
very.
anything interesting?
Yeah, there are just way too many, and funny, not too many, because we are just very serious, and
Be
uh,
serious for.
yeah, we are just very serious guys. So we barely like interact with people, in the sense that we really don't go out much, or like we don't even perform yet that much. We used to be way back in like 2014, 15,
Perform
sometime.
where?
Delhi, mostly like Hoskas village and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but it's been a while. And in terms of interesting, yes, just try, like whenever we thought that some track is going to do good, it usually does. So that's been quite an interesting part in terms of us trying to read the audience. Whenever we build an EP, we always have that one track we just kind of think that should do well, and that one track usually ends up doing quite well. So that's kind of been quite motivating and interesting for us, that we are able to somewhat gauge our audience and what they like to hear.
What advice would you like to give to anyone who is exploring their career in music or exploring their luck in music?
When you're exploring your career in music right now, it's a very complicated industry, because since we have been in it for a while now, so at least when there was this opportunity, when the pandemic happened and the whole market kind of opened up, and the independent artists had more of a platform, sort of to say, we at least had the right skill sets and the right catalog and the right understanding of how to even capitalize on it, right? Because without
Utilize
the
that
frame,
independent.
yeah, without the framework of actually knowing exactly what to do, I think it would have been very difficult for us to be somewhere where we are. So that is why, like, the foundation needs to be very strong, and there is only trial and error and the hours that need to be put in. There is no escaping that. And in today's world where everyone is too distracted and the short form is the king right now, people really do not go for long form. They want instant gratification, they want virality with every single thing they're putting out. And this whole competition of, just having higher numbers, then faking it, botting it, I think is consuming the talent in a way. So I think the only advice that we can give is that you need to have a very strong foundation. You need to keep believing in putting out the right body of work. You need to build something and you need to build it properly. And the trends will come and go, the virality will come and go, but it's not sustainable unless until you have a strong core.
You should be true to yourself. Okay, this is my thing, and not
Yeah.
copy and
Yeah.
buying
You should know who you are.
followers.
Yeah, you should know what your sound or what your art is, what is your own uniqueness. I think that is very important. When right now is just that, since there are trends, right? So you're always following something or someone or some template. So instead of that template, just also know it's okay to follow it. Again, it's a very tough industry. We have nothing against any of this. It's just that there has to be something sustainable, right? What happens after those 3-4 months? If
Right.
even you become like lucky and are one out of the 1 million who are trying to do the same thing on a daily basis.
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि हम अभी भी पुराने गाने सुन रहे हैं, वो इसलिए सुन रहे हैं क्योंकि उसमें कुछ सोलफुल है जो रिलेट कर पा रहे हैं आज तक. We are done with our questionnaire.
Great. So yeah, thank you for taking out the time.
Thank you for giving your precious time to us on Groove Talks. I hope you enjoyed the questionnaire as much as our audience would enjoy.
Yes, really enjoyed it. Thank you for putting it all together.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good day. Bye-bye.